There's a reason why the richest people in the world seem to play by different rules. Because they do. They don't just earn money, they use money in ways that multiply it. While most people work harder for every extra dollar, top investors make their money work harder for them. This difference in mindset, behavior, and decision-making is what separates the financially free from the financially stuck. Today, we're going to uncover how top investors actually think, and what you can start doing today to join their league. And before we dive deeper, remember this: financial freedom isn't a fantasy, it's a formula. The people who've achieved it don't rely on luck, they rely on understanding. So stay with me till the end, because the difference between where you are and where they are might just be one mindset shift away. The investor's mindset: thinking like an owner, not an earner. Most people work in the system. Investors build systems that work for them. The average person trades time for money, while the investor trades strategy for wealth. This is the first major shift that leads to financial freedom. Top investors don't chase paychecks, they chase performance. They see money not as something to spend, but as something to deploy. Every dollar is a worker that should bring more dollars home. They ask powerful questions. What's the ROI on this? How can I scale this? What am I missing in the data? Meanwhile, most people ask, can I afford this? That's the difference. The investor mindset focuses on growth, leverage, and long-term value, not instant gratification. If you want to think like an investor, start by redefining how you see money. Stop seeing it as a reward, start seeing it as a tool. Money is not the end goal, freedom is. And that freedom begins the moment you stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like an owner. Now, here's a question for you. If your money had a job, where would you assign it today? Because if your money isn't working, you still are. The rule of leverage: multiplying output without increasing effort. Top investors understand something that most people don't. Leverage is the true path to freedom. Whether it's leveraging capital, time, technology, or people, they know how to create exponential growth from limited input. Warren Buffett doesn't work 100 hours a week, his money does. Elon Musk doesn't manage every Tesla sale, his systems do. Leverage is how smart investors scale beyond human limits. It's how you build assets that generate value even while you sleep. There are four main types of leverage monies: investing capital, times delegation, technology, automation, and influence, branding, and relationships. The wealthy master all four. The average person says, I can't do everything myself. The investor says, I shouldn't. They invest in people, tools, and systems that free their time for higher-level decisions. This is how wealth compounds. Not just through financial return, but through time freedom. So, ask yourself, what's one thing you can delegate or automate today that will give you more time to build your next level of success? Remember, freedom doesn't come from working harder. It comes from working smarter with leverage. The power of long-term thinking. Patience is profit. The financially free understand a truth that most overlook: wealth rewards patience. The stock market, business, investments, real estate, they all operate on long timelines. But society trains us for instant gratification. We scroll for dopamine hits, chase quick profits, and panic when things don't move fast. Top investors, however, play the long game. They know volatility is temporary, but growth is permanent if your fundamentals are strong. When everyone else sells in fear, they buy in confidence. When others quit, they double down. This mindset creates something more valuable than money: compounding confidence. They understand that real success isn't about what happens this month. It's about what happens in 5 years. That's why their portfolios grow while others shrink. Patience isn't passive, it's strategic. It means trusting your process while others panic. So, if you want to think like the rich, stop chasing fast results. Start building slow momentum that lasts. Because in the game of wealth, the patient always win. Emotional control, mastering fear and greed. Here's a secret: financial success is 80% psychology and 20% skill. Top investors aren't just smarter, they're calmer. They've mastered the emotional side of money. Where others get fearful, they get curious. When others get greedy, they get cautious. They understand that emotion is the enemy of logic. Fear causes people to sell too soon. Greed makes them buy too late. Successful investors don't avoid emotions, they manage them. They stick to data, not drama. They make rules before the chaos hits, like never invest more than I can lose, or always diversify. This level of emotional discipline separates amateurs from masters. Because every market crash, every bad quarter, every dip, it's not the end, it's a test. And only those who stay calm survive it. So the next time you feel fear about your finances, ask yourself, is this emotion guiding me or blinding me? Because your mindset, not the market, will determine your outcome. Asset accumulation. Building instead of buying. The wealthy understand one golden rule: own assets, not liabilities. They buy things that put money in their pocket, not take it out. Real estate, stocks, digital businesses, intellectual property, assets that grow or pay passive income. Meanwhile, the average person buys things that lose value the moment they're purchased. Cars, luxury goods, gadgets, symbols of wealth that actually drain it. The investor's eye always looks for things that can grow in value. Even better, they don't just buy assets, they build them. They create products, content systems, or companies that continue to pay them long after the work is done. This is how true financial freedom happens, when your income no longer depends on your effort. It's simple math: if your assets make more than your expenses, you're free. Until then, you're trading time for survival. So next time you think about spending, pause and ask, will this grow me or drain me? That single question can change your financial future. Continuous learning. The investor's secret weapon. The wealthiest people never stop learning. They read, they research, they ask questions. Because they know ignorance is expensive. Markets evolve, industries shift, opportunities rise and fall, and only those who keep learning stay ahead. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Ray Dalio journals every decision. Elon Musk learns across multiple disciplines to connect ideas others can't. That's not a coincidence, it's a habit of the financially free. If you want to grow, you have to outlearn your past self. Every new skill or insight increases your earning potential. And here's the thing. You don't need formal education to master money. You just need curiosity. Podcasts, books, mentors, online courses, every bit of knowledge compounds like interest. So, instead of chasing money, start chasing understanding. Because the more you know, the more you can create, and the more you create, the freer you become. Purpose and perspective. Redefining what enough means. Ironically, many people who achieve financial freedom realize something unexpected: money isn't the real goal. It's a tool to live a life aligned with purpose. Top investors don't chase wealth for ego, they chase impact. They know that money without meaning eventually feels empty. They define wealth not by how much they earn, but by how much freedom they have, time to think, create, travel, or be with loved ones. They've learned the ultimate secret: freedom isn't about having everything. It's about needing less and creating more. When you define your enough, you gain clarity. You stop comparing. You start living. And from that place of peace, you make sharper financial decisions, not out of fear, but intention. So yes, financial freedom is real. But the deeper truth, it's not about escaping work. It's about finding work that fuels your soul and your wallet. The network effect. Why who you know shapes what you grow. There's a quiet truth most people overlook: your network is your hidden portfolio. The financially free understand that relationships can open doors faster than money can. Every partnership, every mentor, every conversation with the right person can shift the trajectory of your entire financial journey. Wealth doesn't just move through markets. It moves through people. Think about it. Top investors rarely work alone. They share ideas, collaborate on ventures, and exchange insider knowledge that never reaches the public. They know that one strategic connection can replace years of trial and error. Your network gives you access to resources, credibility, and perspectives that money alone can't buy. But here's the part most people miss. Networking isn't about taking, it's about adding value first. The wealthiest individuals become magnets because they help others grow. They give advice, share insights, and build trust long before they ever ask for something. That's how relationships compound, just like money does, through consistent deposits of value. So, if you truly want to achieve financial freedom, start investing in people as much as you invest in assets. Because in the end, your net worth often grows in direct proportion to your network strength. And that's a truth every top investor lives by. Top investors think differently because they see differently. They don't see risk, they see opportunity. They don't see money, they see movement. They don't chase freedom, they design it. If you want to join their ranks, start by shifting how you think, how you invest, and how you respond to fear. Because financial freedom isn't reserved for the rich, it's built by the disciplined, the learners, the patient, and the brave. And before you go, if you're serious about building your financial future, start today. Don't wait for perfect timing, create it. The sooner you think like an investor, the sooner you'll live like one. Because the real secret isn't just about making money, it's about mastering it.